Hello everyone, please let me know if you're here. I don't see anyone yet on my screen. Let's check if the chat is working. Oh, Marilyn, great. I don't know why the number of people is not on the screen yet. Probably it will be added later. Oh, here it is, 15 people, great. Hi Linda, hi everyone. Hello. As you can hear, my voice changed a little bit. I got sick. I don't know. This is something strange because I wasn't sick for I think 2 years when I was in Prague. And every time when I'm coming to Kyiv, I have this strange sore throat. So probably there is something, I don't know, in the water, in the air, but I always get sick. And my voice is a little bit lower, but I will try to hold the mic closer, and you will be able to hear me well. Hello Cheryl, hello Wendy, hello Consuelo, hello Natalie, hello everyone. We are on the landscape alley. It's the bright, just the playground, but it was created in 2010. And it shows that Kyiv is really diverse and beautiful. No, it's not allergy. It's like the cold, and I was making videos here, speaking all the time, and that is why the voice is really low. I cough, but still, it will not influence our vibes and our good mood. So welcome everyone to the tour, and I think it will get better because I will be silent in a couple of days. I will go back to Prague. And now I'm using this time just to make more videos about Kyiv, to launch them on YouTube, and that is why it's kind of the drawback. Hello everyone. Today we're having our last walk. I hope I will have many more in future, but for this, my trip for this journey, this will be my third virtual tour, and it's my favorite one. I love to end everything that I love best for the end. So we're going to explore my favorite place in Kyiv, Andrew's Descent, with its jewel St. Andrew's Church. And we are beginning at the defensive ramparts. These defensive ramparts, they were kind of defensive, the hill. This is where Kyiv was started. Kyiv was started by three brothers, Kyiv, Kharkiv, and their sister Libid. And they were living on separate mountains, and this mountain belonged to elder brother Kyiv. That is why it is called Old Kyiv Hill. Let's have a look at this incredible hill. And look at this playground. We had rain today, but now it's like the sun is so bright and sparkling, and these beautiful mosaics are even better. So it's like a beautiful fairy tale story for adults and for the children. So many times I was beginning my tours here before the war, and it's so whimsical. There are giant kind of mosaic cats, fairy tale fountains, but these ramparts once were defending the so-called Kyiv upper city, because Kyiv had upper city where nobles, princes lived, and lower city, Podil, where merchants and like potters, craftsmen used to live. And we are in the upper city. We will explore where Kyiv started, and we will be walking where the warriors of Kievan Rus were standing. They were protecting the city from the enemies. Like Ukrainians are doing now. And this is the cat. You know, I need to to look into your eyes. My journey to Kyiv was very personal, and when visiting these places, I really want to cry because they are all connected with my children. They used to play here. I still remember how happy I was. And that is why it's always so special. Like this visit is also special, you know, when you come and you feel the connection with the city, but the city is a little bit different. You understand that this is the new chapter of your life, but still the roots are so deep that everything reminds you about the past. So you are all my friends here. There are not so many people now. I'm 31, but I'm sure that you know this kind of the reason why I'm here, because of the divorce that I will have to face, and the more and more ugly details are appearing, and I even don't know what, like, I even don't want to tell you all the details. So let's focus on the legend. The legend says that Kyiv was founded, as I told you, by three brothers, Kyiv and their sister Libid. And we are on the mountain that belonged to Kyiv. He was the city's founder, and we have the name of the city after him. And that was the rising, like the center of the rising civilization, East Slavic civilization, because here the Rus started. I will show you that incredible stone. The stone that marks the place. Like it will tell us, it will show us the place where Rus started, not Russia, but Rus. Kievan Rus was the powerful medieval state in the East Slavic region, and the heart of this East Slavic civilization wasn't Moscow, it was Kyiv. And we are on the place where Kyiv was founded. Thank you so much, Linda and Sarah. Guys, you're writing kind messages. And I don't believe that. No, I believe, because this is really what I believe. I'm so grateful that I have you as my family, my real family that is standing beside me. The life is so challenging, and I want to kind of to shift the focus of attention. I want to look in the future as like what is with the interest, not with the drama, but with the interest. But so far I failed to do this, and there's a lot of drama. Like just yesterday I discovered that my husband bought the vacation, not for me and 3 kids, but for his mistress and her kid. And that is like, again, devastated me because we didn't go, like my children, I have 3 kids, we didn't go to the sea for 3 years, I think. And now I understand, you are a lot of women, and please let me know what do you think about this. I think that when the man just stops to love a woman, he doesn't invest in her and in her children as well, And that is why I feel this. He's still the father of my kids, but he's not investing anything now. Not time, not money, nothing. And this is the playground where which holds the beautiful memories of my children. I really don't know how can a person okay, it's a tour, it's not a psychological session, but sorry, I just warned you that this Kyiv trip will be filled with a lot of personal stuff as well. So bear with me, and your hugs will help me greatly. It's a fountain, it's a beautiful place where the children are playing. This is the Little Prince. So that was the place where the army was standing and protecting the city. Let's go and see that famous stone. Yes, Julia, I feel that when I share that, it's easier, and you are already a part of my life story. So this will be kind of one of the facets or faces of the war as well for you. So let's go and look how the city spread, how it was gaining power and wisdom. Kyiv was called the mother of Rus cities, not Russia, but Rus cities. We are nearby the National Ukrainian Museum. On the way, like there are the beautiful mosaics, children mosaics, and parents can buy the toys, handcraft toys. This is the end of the landscape alley. And this stone is not a big landmark in Kyiv. It's often missed by the visitors, but it has a very powerful message. Their words are written on the stone. The land of Rus began there. So we are going to see what is carved in stone. Literally, what is carved in stone. Let me tell you about the Rus, Kievan Rus. It's not Russia, first of all. Kievan Rus was the powerful state, and it started here in Kyiv. Approximately in the 5th century. Then Prince Vladimir baptized Kievan Rus in 988. That was very important because instead of idols, you can see here the examples of idols, we became Christians and we have golden domes. Guys, there is the concert close to this stone, so I will tell you the story of the stone now, and then I will go closer because the music is playing, the busker is playing, and I need you to hear. So this is the kind of pagan post, and then the Kievan Rus was baptized in the 10th century, and there was the place of the first stone church. And back then, Moscow was just the swampy forest hundreds of kilometers away. And just in 1721, Tsar Peter I renamed Moscow Principality, Moscow Tsardom, Moscow Kingdom into Russian Empire. Can you imagine? Until 1721 there was no Russia, and he chose the name Rus to link the emerging empire, his empire, to the medieval Rus roots with the ancient capital of Kyiv. It's very important to know that Peter I just chose the new name for the Moscow Principality. He decided now it will be Russia. The new name reflected Moscow's desire to control Rus and to gather Slavic lands. And it's now the contemporary ideology of the Russian world. Rus land is a historical term, and it is appropriated by Moscow to justify the kind of conquering of its neighbors. This lie continues today, but let me show you the stone, because it is telling the truth. We protect the truth, we protect our land, our identity, and this truth says the land of Rus began here. It's carved in stone, literally, it's carved in stone, my dear, you see? The buskers sometimes are playing here. I don't know, you might catch the music. Guys, can you tell me, can the mic catch the music? Rus started here in Kyiv. Now Moscow wants to have Kyiv back and claims that Kyiv is Rus, but we forgot that we are kind of Russians. It's not that. It's not correct. We are not Russians, we are Ukrainians, and Rus started here, and Rus is not Russia. I just wanted to mention that because it is the root of the war. It's the main principle, the reason why they're fighting. Because they need all of Ukraine. Let me show you how Kyiv is spreading right in front of you. And just here was the first stone church of Kyivan Rus, the church of Tithe, such a strange name because in the 10th century the church of Tithe was built by Prince Vladimir, and he ordered to give 1/10 of the income, of his income and of other noble people income to build the church of Tithe. Now it's not here. There is just the layout of the stones. I'm taking you over there to show you that stone layout where the church of Tithe used to be. And it was a symbol of faith, of culture, and it was a connection of with Constantinople, because the Byzantine masters came to build the first stone church. And later Prince Vladimir, his wife Anna, Princess Olga, they were all buried here. But you know, the history can be cruel. And in 1240, Tatar Mongols came to Kyiv and they devastated the city. The city of Kyiv had 50,000 inhabitants back then. And after Batı Khan reighed here, the population became just 2,000. So people ran to the hill, to this hill where the church was standing, the palace of Prince Vladimir was standing, and they hid in the church. They wanted to find the last refuge here. The church collapsed and buried all the people under the rubble. It's the tragedy that was claimed later by historians. Later, the church was rebuilt a couple of times, but now it's not standing because we decided that we cannot rebuild it authentically, so it's just the place and it's marked with a stone layout. And it's the beautiful hillside. It's probably the place of Rotunda of Olga. And actually this is everything. The place is about the roots of Kyiv and how the city started. Later, in the 1900s, the workers who were building like the surrounding buildings, they found the vestiges of Prince Vladimir's palace. So there was the church and the real palace, where the guests, they were having the the feasts, and there was also the kind of, the church was rich and they found even treasure in the church's courtyard. So here we are. I will show you. It's a very important place because the stone church was standing here, the one that collapsed. It's the time when the linden trees are blossoming. I remember last time I was coming to Kyiv and the chestnuts were blooming. What a coincidence that linden tree is kind of my tree. You know, there is the Druid calendar or Druid horoscope, so I'm linden. I'm a white horse and linden. Linden tree is just in full bloom. The smell is magnificent. Do you love linden trees? Please let me know because I adore them. They are so fragrant. They are reminding me about, wild love, uncontrolled love. Guys, are you here? You are so quiet. Probably there is no connection. Someone please write me something because I am talking, nobody is answering. Okay, I will show you the linden tree. Yes, white horse and the linden trees, and look how rich they are, like blossoming like wild. So from here we will start our walk down the magical Andrew's descent, as locals call it, Kyiv's Montmartre. I will go right. So this is the vestiges of all these old times. You see the sarcophagus and the church, how it looked like. So this is the original church of the Tithe, the 10th century, just when Prince Vladimir baptized Kievan Rus. You see the number. He baptized and then he built this church. Then we rebuilt it like this and like this. And after 1936, we decided not to rebuild it. Just the stones are here. So let's go because I absolutely love Andrew's descent, and we spent about 20 minutes here. What kind of tree? Linden. Yes, linden tree. It's my therapy, white horses and linden trees. So we are going now to Kyiv's Montmartre. It's a cobblestone street, just like in Prague, and it's lined with a lot of art galleries, like coffee shops. This is the very bohemian district, because the painters, ceramic artists, writers, they lived here and live here, and this creates this bohemian atmosphere. I love the scent of coffee because there are a lot of coffee shops. The buildings are absolutely stunning with this pastel facades, and there are a lot of stalls with the souvenirs, because this is the place where you can buy the souvenirs. I'm so happy that the weather was so gloomy and rainy the whole day. Just when I starting the tour, everything is perfect. And you are here with me. It's incredible. I hope that you will be joining my tours in Prague as well. Kind of, if I need to walk, to talk. I am so glad that I have you. So you see, the jewel of Ukraine's skyline is appearing on your screen. It's St. Andrew's Church, just at the beginning. The descent will lead us to the Podil. So we are on the ancient hill, the hill where the rulers lived, prince, nobility, and this street will lead us to lower city of Kyiv. It's where the creative, rebellious craftsmen, workers lived, because there was the river, Dnieper River, and there was the very important trade route. I noticed that there are no people in Kyiv. First of all, the first reason is that they are called like special centers, special brigades of the servicemen who conscription brigades are walking everywhere, and you cannot find men. It's very hard to see men of, let's say, 40, 30. There are a lot of students, because the men don't want to be conscripted, and there are not many of them, and just not even men. There are less people everywhere, less people. The city is so quiet. It wasn't even so quiet during the pandemic, because I was having the tours here and I remember it, or it's similar as it was in COVID. So let's focus on St. Andrew's Church, because it's really the masterpiece of Baroque. It was built by the order of Russian empress. Her name was Elizabeth I, daughter of Peter I. And there is a love story behind this creation. She fell in love with a Ukrainian guy. His name was Alexa Rozum. I will flip the camera. His name was Alexa Rozum, and he was singing in her choir in the church. So she fell in love with him and decided to grant him a noble title, and decided to give him a lot of money, like when a woman loves someone. And that is how they lived. So she was a very interesting empress, because she had 15,000 dresses. She was never married, but she came here to Kyiv in 1744 and decided that she needs her summer residence and a church. So she ordered to build the Mariinsky Palace, as a residence, and a church just to go and to pray. It's very delicate but very mighty, and it's always soaring in the air. So that is why when you are standing in the lower city, you will see this incredible church soaring in the air. And also there is a legend that on this hill, Apostle Andrew, one of the Christ's apostles, were traveling like here, and he climbed up to this hill. He placed a wooden cross, and he prophesied that the great city with the golden domed churches will appear here. And just like this, city of Kyiv appeared. But there is a secret. This church has a secret. The secret is that it doesn't have any bells. It's the only church in Kyiv that doesn't have bells. It's because when Apostle Andrew was predicting that Kyiv will appear here, there was the sea, and the sea, just the water kind of went away and hid below the hill. That is why it is said that if the bell rings, the bell might wake up water. And that is why they built it without bells. But there is another reason. Princess Elizabeth didn't need any bells. It was the church, not for the kind of parish. It was the church just for one person, for the Russian empress. And that is why they didn't put the bells here. And we will go down our incredible St. Andrew's descent. And I will show you the church from all angles. So people believed in this theory that if the church bells ever rang, they could awaken the waters that hid under the hill and Kyiv would flood. Empress Elizabeth secretly married Alexa Rozum, but probably not in this church, in another church. But it is not a proven fact. Officially, she was never married. And this is a love story that we have in Kyiv. You know, we have two iconic walking streets in Kyiv. Krishchatik, that is wide, imposing Soviet street. And the second one is this, St. Andrew's Descent. It's all about souvenirs. It's all about Ukrainian vibe. It's all about our culture and cozy bohemian whispers. People are having fun, drinking coffee in the cozy cafes. It's not very long, just 700 meters long, but it bends like letter S around the famous Bold Hill. That is the place where the witchers are having Sabbath. And that is why this church is very mysterious. So letter S, a few houses with number 13, also the house numbering goes from bottom to top, and like the ancient spell that is written backwards, because the witchers pray in reverse, and probably this is the reason why the housing numbers go in reverse here on the street. Even in the times of the Kievan Rus, when princes lived and nobles lived on the hill, some Parisian vibes, it was a narrow street, but later they made it a little bit wider to make the way for the carts, because the carts were passing, the carriages were passing, and even now during the war it is leaving. Oh, thank you so much, Dorothy and Linda, for your comments. It's important that you are writing at least something in the chat, because I need to be sure that we are continuing. Let me show you Ukrainian dolls. Look, this is the national Ukrainian dolls. They call. Can I show them for a second? Thank you so much. Motanka doll, Motanka. They don't have face, but they are sacred in this way. They don't have eyes, nose, and mouth, but they have these patterns which protect the family. It's like the talisman. It's like the sacred symbol of our soul. You don't see it, but you feel it in your heart. And the Easter eggs. Something from usual Easter vibes, and the map of Ukraine. You see the map of Ukraine with Crimea and with the Russian warship that already sank.
Hello.
Hello. Beautiful flags that show the famous Ukrainian Kyiv landmarks: St. Sophia Cathedral, St. Andrew's Church, St. Vladimir's Cathedral. Thank you so much. Some military badges, a lot of music. The buskers are here and the painters. So why Why is this street called Kyiv's Montmartre? Because there are painters, and they're here waiting for you. I'm so happy that I can show you Kyiv, guys. Thank you so much for your donations, for your help, for your presence in my life. You are a blessing, a real blessing. This is the favorite song of my dad. Family life continues. Can you hear the music? It's about two colors. It tells we have two colors in our life, red and black. Red for love and black for sorrow.
Мені війну в очі сивина, та я нічого не везу додому, лиш згорточок старого полотна.
Here are a lot of two observation platforms. One is here and the other is in 2 kilometers away from here. So this passage, this wooden passage with the pictures, connect two parks, two parts of the city. The new one, where Krishchatik Street is, and the lower, and the ancient one. So it goes for 2 kilometers. You can walk right close to the edge. You see, there is kind of ravine, very steep edge here. And there are like a slope with like a forest. Kyiv is a very green city, and over there people are sometimes dancing. They have dancers there, or just making pictures. Thank you, Marilyn, for a compliment. I will now pour all my passion into guiding, because it's the only thing that I have. And my children. And Kyiv. So I have children, tours, and Kyiv. Here we are. And Kyiv the hymn. And you, of course. Very sensitive tour. Okay, let's focus on history. We are on the street that is a survivor street, and it's the church is like a guardian and the guardian of the city. So let's go down the descent. I love that it has emerald domes. It has golden spires, a lot of or like beautiful turrets. And these elements, they look like the earrings, the royal earrings. Inside it has the beautiful iconostasis with a huge red linden wood iconostasis that is covered with golden. So this is the street with extravagant architecture, and this house in front of ours was the first 5-story house on Andrew's descent, and then a lady just lost it while she was gambling. Can you imagine? She built one of the most beautiful houses on St. Andrew's Descent, and then lost it while gambling. It's a sad story. Probably when you are walking here, St. Andrew's Descent, you don't hear the bells of the church, but you will definitely hear the stories of the past. It's living, breathing vein of Kyiv. Let's follow this vein. Let's follow this Kyiv's Montmartre. Along the way we will see more cafes, creativity and charm. So the beautiful decorations. You even can't believe that the city is at war. The smell of coffee, people are sending old books, they're selling the paintings. On the passages you will see such a beautiful kind of mural. It's quiet sometimes. Now it's a little bit lively because it is Saturday, but it is quiet, shady. It's all about the souvenirs and the Kyiv's soul. I think that every pores is a masterpiece here. Taras Shevchenko is our national poet, and a lot of wood carvings. Because there are a lot of women are walking now along the descent, there are a lot of necklaces and things like that, trinkets, just to buy trinkets. This street is absolutely alive. You can buy such souvenirs that will protect your home, like a family and the usual Ukrainian cottage house. You see our cobblestones, they are quite big and absolutely slippery, like slidey when it is when it is winter. And in front of ours you already can see the Richard's Castle. It's the building that is wrapped in mystery and mournful whispers. It doesn't have any connection with the English king, Richard the Lionheart, but it has this interesting name, Richard's Castle. This castle was built at the beginning of the 20th century, and the businessman who built it just went somewhere and left his wife with 3 kids. And she decided to give the rooms there for rent. But the people who were renting those rooms, they began to hear strange noises, like in the corridors. The residents were telling that there are evil spirits, the groans, the moanings, the whistling sounds, especially at night. And people were just abandoning their apartments. But the truth was not supernatural at all, because the workers who built the house didn't receive the full salary, and they decided to make a revenge for that businessman, because he didn't pay them full, like he underpaid them. So they make this sabotage. They placed the broken pipes, the metal fragments, the glass bottles inside the ventilation system, and that is why there were strange sounds and people were fleeing the apartments. It was kind of the orchestra of terrifying sounds when the wind was blowing in Kyiv. Especially it was very frightening when you were lying in bed, for example. And this house was standing haunted forever. In Soviet era it even had gargoyles, just exactly in the replicas of gargoyles in Montmartre, but then they disappeared. And here is the kind of the small street where the ladies are selling jewelry. I will show you, but we will not focus for too long. Look, like a lot of kind of jewelry stuff, very shiny. So it's not just about pictures. I presume that many women are coming to visit Kyiv, and that is why it creates somehow like demand. Probably jewelry and big hairpins. You can use this for your hair. This hill is called the Hill of Sighs. The ladies were standing on this hill and mourning and singing sad songs, because below the hill there was the garrison of soldiers. They were protecting this kind of upper hill, and that is why the ladies were crying, like they were calling them. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for buying me coffees. Thank you for sending me PayPal donations. Thank you, my dear. And later, it's interesting that in this house, they made the communal apartments. You know what is communal apartments? When communists came to power, people lived in shared kitchens and in shared kind of toilets and bathrooms, and raised children under these whispering pipes. But later, these communal apartments also were forbidden. There was attempts to make the gallery, the restaurants, but nothing worked out. I love this place. It's a wooden jewelry boxes. You can put your jewelry here, and they have a very beautiful kind of artwork. Everything is created by handwork. These poppy flowers. And I love also these plates because they show the village life in Ukraine. Oh, my gimbal is just like going crazy. Very quiet. This is how usually the houses look like in the villages. So we are approaching our mystical bold mountain. Do you remember my tours when I was making them before the war on the Bold Hill? Today I'm not going to climb up, but this is a very special place. It's abandoned because nobody is walking there. Just in the center of the city there is the big hill where witches gather for their Sabbath. Literally. They do. In Ukraine, witchcraft was not forbidden. Witches were like healers. They were collecting herbs, and sometimes the ladies, when they were collecting herbs, they were running naked. It was also connected with the tradition that if you are a good kind of housewife, you need to walk 3 times naked around your vegetable garden, and your vegetables will grow perfectly. You will have a good harvest. So everything is connected with these roots, pagan roots, traditions, and the ways how people used to live. So this is the monument of Nikolai Gogol, and the way that leads to the Bold Mountain where the witches were gathering, and even now gathering in spring. And the St. Andrew's descent bands around this hill in letter S. In Ukrainian language, witch is vidma, and it derives from the word to know. It means like a wise woman, if you translate this literally. So for example, in Czech Republic or in Western countries, people used to burn the witches. Here in Ukraine, nobody burned them. They were just living on the edge of their village and making these practices of witchcraft with the herbs. And this is our modern theater. Modern theater with the rain, with the rain unit, snow unit. But what struck me the most, that 2 days ago in front of this theater was a service where the very famous actor of this theater, young one, he was just 32 years old, died. Everybody loved him so much. I was just once on the performance in this new stage, but so many people, like the full, almost full Andrew's Descent, came here to say goodbye to him. And inside there was some kind of performance where he was playing. There was the video where he was playing his roles. It is so sad that even the actors who could be playing and performing go to the war and die. This theater is not in the style of Andrew's Descent. It's not in the 19th century style. But still people, it's kind of controversial project, a question mark and kind of a sharp contrast to all these bohemian vibes. I don't know, some people think that this building revived the street or violate the street, but still it was built just on the year of COVID, like a few years ago, just a year before the war. So it's very modern and sparkling and clean. This is Bulgakov's house. If you remember, he wrote Master and Margarita, like also about witches, like 50 Shades of Grey, about the Soviet version, and he lived here. Michael Bulgakov. Master and Margarita was very politically risky, audacious novel for that times. And it was about Christianity, magic, and anti-governmental themes. So people who read this Soviet literature know Bulgakov. Oh, this is a fancy cat. You need to rub his leg for good luck. See, everybody is rubbing. The beautiful lady just performed to us how you need to rub it. It also reflects the soul. It's so kind of fat, funny, whimsical. And right here, Andrew's Descent shows that it was the red light district, because it's another chapter of this street. This is the street that was always full of drama, and in the 18th and 19th centuries, when there was the Industrial Revolution and a lot of people came to Kyiv to work, here was the Houses of Tolerance. It's a steep cobblestone street. Now it's lined with souvenir stalls and galleries, but back then there were red lanterns, and men were whispering the sounds of forbidden pleasure. Why the men always need this forbidden pleasure? Do you know the answer? I don't know. So, just right here, now it's the theater called Wheel Theater, was one of the biggest brothels in Kyiv. One day, Kyiv governor died right here in the arms of a young lady. It's kind of sad, but also a funny story. They tried to hide this fact, but in the city, these stories don't stay quiet. So this is how the brothels look like. The golden era of red light districts was the 19th century, like sugar barons, grain, and Dnieper River had a lot of boats and goods, so it was not the holy but sinful place. And then one writer moved here, and he was a very moral writer, so he was making kind of claims to the government, and they moved red light district Can you hear the music, guys? The violin is playing very beautiful music. Incredibly beautiful music. Sorrowful music where it's played when the heroes die. You can hear it. Please let me know. Can you hear it? And I will show you the first mural. Beautiful lady in Vyshyvanka, the protector of Kyiv. I think it's one of my best tours on Andrew's descent. So powerful, so beautiful, full of sounds, of soul, of our history, of everything. I don't know, probably it's a famous music, I will check, because it could be the reason that YouTube can block the video because of that music. I hope it will not. We will check after the tour. So let's have a look at the mural. It's called Revival. Revival, and it's a girl in the embroidered shirt. She's protecting Kyiv and she's holding a child in her hand. So this is the symbol of Ukraine's spiritual rebirth. Her eyes are very beautiful and calm. And it's like a prayer, not a mural, but a prayer. Andrew's descent is about color, spirit, memory, emotions. I love to walk here. Every time when I have sadness on my heart, I can come here and go to one of the cafes or just pray at St. Andrew's Church. By the way, it operates as a museum, but every day at 5 p.m. it opens its doors, 5:45. For the short church service, and you can come and pray in the church. And this area was the post, kind of where people were paying taxes, because people were taking the goods from the lower city to the upper city, and everything was falling from the carts because they were paying for the cart. They tried to load as much goods as possible in one cart. And when when something was falling on the ground, these tax collectors were quickly picking up what was left from the cart. Or people who was just coming and standing here waiting for something to fall down, they were picking up these goods from the ground. And there is the saying in Ukrainian, what fell from the cart is lost. And this saying began here in St. Andrew's descent, because goods are falling from the cart. Probably some person could lost a sack of grain, maybe a chicken. So it was a chance to take something home. We even have a museum, one street museum. It shows how people lived here. And we have already reached Podil. Podil, it's a lower city. Podil means in Ukrainian below, like down below. And it's close to Dnieper. That is the place where craftsmen, blacksmith, potters, tailors, traders used to live here, and they had the special trades. And a lot of people were coming to trades every winter. Do you love our cherry? Like drunk cherry. It's always full of people. So people are standing and drinking this kind of cocktails. These cherries. Hello. So these are the cherries. Some are choosing the paper cups. Some are happy with the glass ones. Hello. Hello. Guys with the press are saying hello to me. You know, I look here as a professional blogger. In Prague, nobody cares about me. I am like walking and talking something, but here I'm like a star, you know. Guys with the press badges take me as a colleague. So, and there are a lot of foreigners now in Kyiv because probably they help because of war. Oh, this is how the buildings are protected. Look here. This is how our buildings look like, covered by the sandbags. Signs of war. Why? So we have came to the Podil area, to this lower city. St. Andrew's descent is finished. It's not really a street. It's always a story, journey, and a symbol of Kyiv because it combines everything. You know, it's old, but it's also very youthful. There are a lot of young people. It's about tragic and about hope. There are a lot of broken houses and beautiful houses. That is why I call St. Andrew's Descent Kyiv's soul. Beautiful Kyiv eye. Incredible sun. And the architecture. How is working at Hooters. Oh, we already have 52 people. I didn't notice, but there are more people joined at the end of the tour. It's great. We have this wide street, and I remember just before the war started, I was taking you here for Christmas tours. It was decorated with the Christmas decorations, and now it's a walking pedestrian zone. People can have a walk here, eat, drink, and just spend evening. Ukraine is standing strong. We are facing the war. Every step in the city when you are walking reminds me about the war. You can see people with without the limbs. You can see a lot of soldiers. You can see a lot of military stuff. You can see a lot of precautions, because sometimes I was asked when I was filming not to film or move, or there is the delegation coming. Air raid sirens. Drones are flying every night. People will be different. People will survive. And Ukrainians will come as a different nation from this war. Much stronger, much beautiful, but there will be less beautiful people, because many of them will be killed. The old monastery bells are chiming. I love to be a Kyiv tour guide, and sometimes I'm crying on the tour, sometimes I'm smiling, but I love telling you stories of the people that are happening now. Yes, and Singer is very beautiful. Oh, and I will show you how the church is soaring in the air. Can you see it at the distance? It's soaring over there. And now I will go and take some coffee after this tour. My throat is so tired that I will take it over there. That is my favorite coffee shop. I'm so grateful for this day. I don't regret coming to Kyiv. I should have come earlier. Healing and devastating, just as our life. But we will move, and you will see new tours and new videos. Thank you so much for being with me in Kyiv, Ukraine. I will walk a little bit. I will not finish the tour now. Just write me the questions if you have them.
І від того форте було мені п'яно. Я гарячим воском для тебе стала.
Oh guys, I have so many feelings. I really need to share them with someone. I even kind of found a psychologist in Prague because I feel that I can't I can't survive all that lies. I don't know how people can lie so much. When the mural was created in 2014. In 2014. Why? Because when Maidan or Revolution of Dignity happened, it's when President Yanukovych ordered to kill a lot of, not a lot of, 100 people on our Independence Square. This was the first mural. It was called Revival. It was symbolizing the revival of Ukraine. But actually now we know that that was the beginning of war. Because in 2014, Crimea was annexed, parts of Donetsk and Lugansk regions were occupied, and this marked the beginning of war. And later in 2022, the full-scale invasion began. You are always in my heart. Kyiv is in my heart, and it's just incredible that you are far away, but I can feel your hugs, your smiles. My children, so the twins, they are somehow surviving in Prague. Sometimes they are arguing, but I shouldn't have left them for a long time. The youngest one is here and he is devastated. He is very nervous. He doesn't want to see this new lady that my husband brings home in house. She is afraid of her, because he feels disgusting that the signs of his mom are erased from everywhere, and he doesn't want me to leave because my husband told him that when Olga, like me, when your mom leaves, I will bring her home back again. So it's a devastating news for him. He doesn't want her. He doesn't want to see her. He doesn't want to. I even don't know. I'm his official wife, and it's kind of sultans had a lot of wives. So he is very, very sad. But he will stay here, try to fight for our apartment. It's crazy. Julia wrote to me this very interesting kind of quote that men, when they are divorcing, they are becoming absolutely different men, the men that you didn't know before. But I will show you Kyiv, okay? I really don't understand how can a man who has 3 kids buy the vacation tour for his mistress and her child and not for his family. I really don't know how it's possible. Just you have 3 kids and you buy a vacation for another lady with another kid. And this breaks my heart. Every single fact that I find out breaks my heart. Another cruel reality. I can't find my jewelry. Probably she stole it. And someone used my perfume, Dolce & Gabbana. And it's so dirty, that even my perfume was used because I left the full bottom. I came, it is empty. And there is no jewelry that I love. This one, my bird. How will I survive over all this? I don't know. Somehow with you and with my psychologist in Prague. So see you in Prague. I will schedule another revival tour. I need somehow to go over this. And I could never believe that this could happen to me, never, ever. Wanted to show Kyiv, guys. I'm showing you by myself, but still the flowers are here. It's a white pedestrian street. Yes, Julia, I always say to myself, like, keep breathing, this will pass, and this will pass. But it seems to me that sometimes I live in another reality. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone. It's a very optimistic street. It feels like the war is not here. But it is here. Just last hour we had air raid alert. It reminds us about that Russians are still launching anything, anytime, can launch anything, anytime. And you are saving me always. We are all here with you, yes. I'm just waiting that life can change somehow. And one day I will wake up and I will not be thinking about all of this. I will be thinking about something else. And now every day I'm thinking about just one thing. So, thank you so much for being in my life. And I will go to buy myself a new perfume and a new bird. Because these were the things that I wanted to take from home to Prague, but perfume was used and the bird flew away. So everything was stolen by the mistress of my husband. And optimistic tree. And again, I will show you how the church is soaring. Look how beautiful the tree is decorated. Someone made it. It's like a knitted. And that is St. Andrew's Church again on the hill. Do you remember I was telling to you that it is soaring? So this is how it is soaring from afar. You can see it from the city. Sending you a lot of hugs, positivity, and I'm taking your positivity that you are sending to me because I need it most. It's beautiful. You see, the trees are, I think, a kind lady, a lady with a very kind heart, made this kind of patchwork or somehow beautiful neat work, and the incredible St. Andrew's Church behind me. See you in Prague. Please keep me in your heart and in your prayers. With you, I become stronger. We will survive everything together. Of course, I believe that all good is coming. And I was so devastated when I lost the apartment. And then I found a very good apartment, and I love it very much. So probably this situation is also for better. And Marilyn, you're absolutely right with your comment. You are better off without him. There is someone out here for you who will treat you better. I know this exactly. Oh, and the Cossacks for the end of the tour, because I am from Zaporizhia region. One step at a time, yes. But you know, I feel a little bit better because at first I couldn't sleep at all. All the nights were sleepless. Now I am sleeping. See you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Guys, sorry again for my voice. I will cure it, heal it, and I'll be back speaking as normal person. Goodbye. Goodbye. Love you all. See you next time. I'm so happy that you remind me that I'm special. Because I forget about this and I feel like so miserable. But I need to read this again. Goodbye. Thank you, Natalie. Kyiv life going back home. Probably like we don't know will be there big attack or small attack. Every night is without attacks. There is no night without the sirens. But sometimes the attacks are devastating, as we had a couple of days ago when 28 people were killed in Kyiv, and sometimes just a few destructions and no victims. So I pray that I have 2 last nights in Kyiv and they will be safe. Goodbye. See you next time. Bye. Love you all. Thank you so much for your support and donations. Goodbye.
Ніхуя не можна.